Tin Drums here with Luis Conte and Barry Coates, and we're really honored to have them, two amazing musicians, and they're here to share with us their new record, Marimbola. And what blows my mind is here
show them. See it?
You hear our two musicians that play with a lot of different people, and what I respect most about that is that you take the time to do your own records, you make your own statements, which is it's hard to do, I'm sure, when you're caught up, going on this tour and that tour. And how do you do it? How do you make it so important to do and pull it off?
Well, like you say, I mean, it is. Well, first of all, I mean, we're all real busy. We're professional musicians,
Right.
But there's nothing better than your own stuff, your own music. We're always hired to play for other people, so you gotta find some. It's very important for yourself to be able to do your own stuff at some time. But it's really wild how this whole project happened this time, because it's funny how it happened. I ran into Barry, and I was in his band called Barry Coates and the Hats. About 25 years ago or something like that.
Wow.
And once in a while we run into each other, but I had not seen him for quite a while. And I was playing at a club, and he was there with his wife, and hey, how you been? This is a typical LA musician scene. Man, you sound great. How's it going? Cool, man. How you doing? Oh, good. Hey, we should get together and play. This is the old LA. Yeah, right on. I exchanged numbers.
But
most of the time, we actually did. Most of the time, nobody gets together. We got together and did it because we respect each other so much. And he writes. I think he's one of my favorite composers. And he just writes. His writing is perfect for what style I play. And so we got together at his house in his studio, and we said, well, let's do something small. So it's just guitar and percussion. Let's get a bass player. Right. Jimmy Johnson's a really good friend of ours.
And
who's a great bass player.
Yeah, you play with him in a lot of situations. You probably both do, but
Jimmy's great. He came over, and then it just sounded really nice just with the three of us. And I was thinking, let's just do it like this. It's, you can hear everything. Because with the guitar synth, if you get too many things going on, it sort of gets drowned out and stuff. So I was especially like just the trio situation for that, and just sort of built it from there, and then started working on some tunes.
Yeah.
And then he said, come on over, I got a studio, let's record something.
So did you already do some percussion tracks beforehand? And
no, we wrote some things where I had some percussion tracks and some ideas and patterns and stuff. That's how we wrote the stuff.
Right.
And then Barry, we send it to Barry, or we get together and we put something together. Then we get together with Jimmy and rehearse, and play it and see what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Flush it out.
Yeah. And he also has some compositions already that I really like. Like Flamingo Zone is one that we just played,
That's great.
Yeah.
I liked it. Both of them.
Thank you. And, so when I said, man, that'd be a cool song to do. And it wasn't quite originally, there's another song on the record called Brother Horses that you haven't heard. And
no, because somebody didn't leave the CD in my mailbox
That's
like they
right.
said they were going to do a week ago. Well, forget about that. Forget about that. I'm over it. I'm over it. Okay.
So you're so far away from us, though, Luis. That would be hard.
I know, it's just the commute. It just can't,
Luis lives around the block from us.
Yeah. So, like Flamingo, Brother Horses and songs like that. That particular song, he wrote, the melody and everything.
Right.
But then I heard it and said, man, this can be like, we changed the groove on it, and I put a little different taste, like a real Cuban taste to the thing. So it's two different ways of working on the record. And then once we had rehearsed and, basically just played the songs, a couple of times, to think it was cool. Then us three went up to my studio. The first day we had 2 songs done, two.
That's great.
I mean, we
great.
did it.
Yeah.
The record.
It came together real quick. Luis would just play whatever he felt like playing, and then we played to that, and you added other things later.
Yeah, we've noticed that about Luis.
But it works.
Yeah,
it works. If it works, it works.
Nobody's perfect.
Well, one thing what I really respect about your playing, Luis, is that you're a library of styles from all over the world. So even though obviously you have the Cuban heritage, you're always showing me stuff from South America and Africa, and so that's a really conscious pursuit of yours, isn't it? You seem to be like an accumulator of crews from all over the world.
Yeah, I love the world. And
Yeah.
I've had the blessing to travel. I mean, I've been in a lot of places, you know. So I love it all, you know. I'm not like a regionalist, sort of like. There's some musicians that can just like one particular kind of thing, you know, or be a purist in like the Afro-Cuban style, which is where I was born in Cuba, you know.
Right.
I just love every you know, where they play in Peru, and I was in Turkey. Matter of fact, in this record, Philos Logos is like the last track. It's a percussion piece, and it was inspired by my visit to Turkey, in Istanbul. Whenever I go to a foreign country, I try to hook up with
The local.
the local guys,
Yeah,
you know. And I met the right people, and they took me to this place, man. And next thing I knew, I was like playing in 9/8, and you know, and 7, and all this. And what was amazing is for them, it was like
Nothing.
just like us playing, you know, dancing to the funky drummer, you know. And they're playing in, you know, 19, you know. So I was so inspired with that, and their instruments. I bought a bunch of their instruments and listened to a lot of records from there and stuff like that. And that inspired that particular piece. So
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
That's
influence from another world, you know.
Yeah. And Barry, you got the whole guitar. When did that start? The whole guitar synth thing.
I've been doing it for a while, ever since they first came out, you know, pretty much.
Right.
And the setup I have now is not the latest setup, but it's worked for me. So
Well, it's not always important to have the latest,
Yeah.
newest. It's about what you know, huh?
it's what you know, and there's a lot of programming going on involved in it. You just don't plug it in, and there's all your sounds. You know, you have to mess with the stuff a lot. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've spent a lot of time like programming it.
Yeah,
I keep-
sounds nice.
I keep thinking
You
that
got a phone call, Burley.
when I get 2 and 4 down, I'm really going to be good.